guys, it's Carrie. And this is my friend Lisa.
What's up?
It's been a while since we've done a video together. Like a year, I think, hasn't it?
Like a year and 3 months.
Oh,
it's been a long time.
counting.
I'm not counting, but it was exactly March of 2015 the last time we did a video.
Was it?
I'm guessing. I'm making an educated guess that is accurate within a week.
Okay, we'll go with that.
That's her bullshit face. She thinks I'm bullshitting, and I probably am. What are we doing again?
Writing tag.
Right, writing tag.
I've been following Jenna Moresi for a few months now. I've been showing you some of her videos. And she did a writing tag, and it focuses on the characters in your story. So like I would talk about my book and you talk about your comic.
Great. Sounds terrifying.
So there's...
Try not to give anything important away.
Yeah, there's no spoilers. Unless...
No
there's 10 questions.
You can't remember what you told people so far. In this case, everything's up for grabs. Alright, what do you got?
Alright, so question number 1. A crazy hacker has gone into your computer and has deleted all of your music except for one song off your writing playlist. Which song is it?
Okay, I think it's weird to have a writing playlist. I shouldn't even say that, but I don't have one. I instead get distracted and I listen to like clips of The View or something else, or like sometimes worship music, but I'll play like a loop of something online. So I could honestly, if I was stuck with absolutely nothing else to listen to, I would go to rainymood.com and I would listen to it's like only a 20, how long is it, 20-minute loop of music, but I will listen to it for 4 hours and fall asleep. So I wouldn't mind hearing that while I'm writing because it's not somebody talking or being distracting, but I don't have a song that I listen to. I've heard that people have like, do you have a song? Like when you're writing somebody's murdering somebody part of your story, do you have a murdery song?
No.
I've heard people do.
I know. I've heard people do that. Yeah, I have I have music off of on my computer, and I would be very sad if somebody deleted all of it. But when I'm writing, I have a thing on Pandora, a station on Pandora with film scores and stuff like that. So that really wouldn't be an issue.
Actually, yeah, I usually pull up Pandora and put on Buttermilk Sky is an awesome song. It's like old-timey, and so I'll listen to like old music from the 40s or big band stuff, so if Pandora still exists, I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay. Your protagonist and antagonist have been paired up by friends to go out to lunch together. Where do they go?
I don't know, because I haven't decided if the antagonist is good or bad yet. If that makes any sense. Like whoever the final boss person would be, they're not even in the story yet, so it doesn't matter. Wait, but if they went out somewhere to eat? They wouldn't. They would kill each other, right? That doesn't make any sense. They'd probably go to Mongolian barbecues so that everybody can eat whatever they want and they can get into a food fight at the end and just order another bowl of whatever. That's what they would do, because then they can have their own choices, because they're not going to like the same restaurant. Right? I think, if I had to pick a main antagonist, it would be like the primary kidnapper from the very first scene who kidnapped my main character, right? Annie. So, Annie's our good guy, and then we have Kabul is his name. Right, so he would be like the first main boss, but they couldn't be within this, like they couldn't be in the same room, I don't think. Like Annie could be, because he's just gonna ignore the other guy, but the other guy is too combative, so I don't think he would be able to eat. Like probably Italian, because it sounds like a mobster video, so they would have like ravioli and anger. But it has cheese on it, so it's good. It works out.
We should put that on a mug, ravioli and anger.
Please. What about you? Who's your giant antagonist? I want to know because I think the antagonist is nice in her story.
Well, that's because you read book 2.
No, well, I only read a couple. I actually, yeah. Sorry.
They don't know about that one yet.
But I didn't read a whole lot of it yet. So, is it Mr. Moon, your antagonist from the first book, right?
Yes.
Okay, so...
Mr. and Mrs.
well, whatever.
I think Darian would just sit there and snark the whole time and drive Tara crazy.
Can you write that? That sounds hilarious. Can, like, the next time they all go
do my own fan fiction?
Yes! The next time they go to it'll be like Darian will run the restaurant this time. So he'll be the one in charge of the restaurant, and then there will be like, the rocks are an important plot point. They will be the centerpieces of the tables. It'll be these beautiful like centerpieces, and they'll sit down and have a date and just pass out, but then they'll remember it as being in a wonderful restaurant, and Darian will be there snarking the whole time. That could be an entire book. That's what I think.
Number 3. You're crossing a bridge when a troll living under it stops you. He demands to read a chapter from your novel or a scene from your comic, and won't let you cross otherwise. What do you show him?
Well, you have to start at the beginning, otherwise you wouldn't have put it at the beginning for a reason, right? But if you're trying to have a hook, I mean, the prologue it's only 15 pages. It's a really easy hook, I think. But it has nothing to do with the rest of the story right now, because that part comes in later. But it's the part I did in color, so there's that. What are you talking about? I did, though. Wait, hang on. Oh, right, I'm sorry. The Troll Under the Bridge. You would read the first part of it. The very first. The prologue.
Okay.
Right.
To get him intrigued and ooh, I have to find out what.
Yeah, even though the prologue doesn't tell you, like, nothing about anything about this. I'm finally getting into the abilities everybody has in the story, but I didn't want it to be some, like, you know, oh, everybody's got superpowers, because it's kind of not that way. You know, it's has to do with heritage, and not everybody has an ability, and some people do, and that's a part of the story, but that's not the purpose of the story, so I take a while to get into that. So the prologue is more about the main character's problem, and that, I think, is the story. So, what about you?
I have a couple that I wrote down in my little note thing here. I did a blog entry earlier about it. But I've changed some of my ideas for later on in the series. So some of these don't apply anymore. But for book 1, I kind of basing it on what kind of scenes the troll likes to read. Like,
well, who is this troll? This is the real question of a writer, by the way. It's like, well, what do we know about this troll before I just start handing pieces of my manuscript? Awesome.
What's going to get me across this bridge? What's like that's going to get me across?
That is a great point. Oh, that's wonderful.
So,
that's right.
As I was flipping through my book as I was trying to think of this answer, and I think it's chapter 6 has that dream sequence with the big bonfire, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good idea.
Towards the end is the big battle. So if you like violence,
I think I agree with you on the bonfire scene, because it is the cover of the book, and it is the main scene where she learns about her heritage, and it ties in to everything else that will come before in the book and after in the book, and it kind of, that's a great one, I think.
Yeah.
I know for I didn't explain either, but in the prologue for Scholar, that's like a whole kidnapping thing. So basically you have this kid who's getting crowned as the next successor to the throne, although he's young. It's sort of step 1, and basically he just gets pulled out of that and kidnapped and stolen away, and people die. So that's the beginning. I think that would the troll would maybe let me cross the bridge. So, but the bonfire, I forgot about that, and that was like not her memory though. Somebody else's memory. Alright, dancing around a little bit.
Question 4. Your friends have invited you out to a party. Surprise! All of your characters are there. Who do you choose to hang out with?
Oh, that's a great question! I would hang out with Ivan because I want to watch all the crazy shit he's going to do and the trouble he's going to get into. And I'm not going to save him from it because that's not my job. So if you hang out with him, all the problems follow him and everybody will have to save him in some way. So I think that he would be the best. Because everybody else is too chill. Like, Annie would make people comfortable and make sure they were having a good time. Shiloh would pick a person and, like, you could hang out all day and, like, get to know whatever, really get to know her, but it doesn't matter. For a party, you want to hang out with Ivan. She's insane.
I'd probably hang out with Gran, listen to all of her stories.
Yes, I love Gran. I love that we just call her Gran. I'm sure she has a name. I think she does, but
Caitlin.
Yes, but Gran is great. It just makes you like want to know her. I would hang out with Gran and like make those like sand like candle holders and stuff. Why am I thinking sand? I don't know. I'm thinking that. Or like the candle holders that Tara was putting in the shop. Yeah, that's what I would do with Gran for a straight 7 hours. The other hour is baking. You have to bake when you're hanging out with Grandma. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds awesome. This is
and by the end of the day, you have a little bit of a Scottish accent because you've been listening to her for so long.
Yes.
Kind of pick it up.
Yes, yeah, you have to be with her long enough for her to get just a little angry, or like drop something on purpose if it's been 6 hours and like no one's gotten mad yet, just so you can hear a little bit of a lilt where you're just like, whoops, I dropped that one. And she goes, ah! How Scottish people sound to me. No, I just know you. But no, I forgot about that. That's adorable.
Well, I was watching the Lauren Cooper with David Tennant thing where he's the English teacher.
Yes.
And I was reading some of the comments, like the more annoyed he gets, the thicker his accent gets.
Little Missy, yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't even do it. It's so cute though.
You are the most insolent child I have ever had the misfortune to teach. Thank you. I'll link that down below so you guys can check it out. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's adorable. And you little Missy. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Alright, question 5. Crap, you left your keys in your house and you somehow locked yourself out. You left your car keys in your house and you somehow locked yourself out. Which character picks the lock for you?
This is a good question. Ooh, this is a very good question. Because some characters, even if they're like it's a good person, that doesn't mean they're gonna go save you. Sometimes they want to watch and let other people take care of themselves and let them develop. So that's actually a very good question. I'm gonna have to think about that. Because I would think any off the top of my head, but he wouldn't let you lose your keys. So if he was there anyway, he'd be like, that you're, hey dummy, you know, over there. Pick your keys up, what are you doing? So I don't think...
And the one that you're getting ready to knock on the door, okay, you've got your keys.
Yeah.
You've got your purse.
Yeah.
You've got your wallet. You've got your brain.
Yeah, he just hand it to you like, hey, by the way, this was on the, you know, you need to go. You're late. But I think the other characters, if they were there with you while you lost them, they either let you lose them, right? Or they're gonna laugh and point. That's what Ivan would do. He would laugh and point. Shiloh, you know what? She would help you. There you go. She'd help you out. She likes to be helpful but not have attention placed on her, so she would like shyly like get out of there and like help out. Or, you know, go in a window or something. What about you?
Well, I think Gran would, but she'd guilt you the whole time she was doing it.
Awesome. Awesome.
And then Darian, even though he's kind of a shady character, but he'd do it with the expectation that sometime you're gonna repay him in a way that he will come up with. You will not know the time
or the place. That makes sense, actually.
And you won't like it. Question 6. The zombie apocalypse is happening right now.
Awesome.
And it sucks. Everyone is fleeing the planet and moving to Mars. One of your characters can go with you. Who do you choose?
Well, Annie, of course. Yeah. No, he's my favorite, so... I'd like to pick 3 because I kind of have 3 main characters in the beginning, but it's really about him, so yeah. You gotta pick your main character. You have to, right?
Well, I would pick Marissa. I think Tara would kind of flip out a little bit.
Okay.
At first.
So you'd pick somebody a little more chill?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would pick Annie because he's protective, so I think if I had a problem, he would help me out, or he works well with other people. You need somebody that can, in stressful situations, try to figure out, process what's happening, and help you handle it.
Yeah.
So
and Marissa has been through more strange situations, knowing that she's been a witch her whole life.
Yeah.
So she would be able to, you know, keep everything cool.
To things.
She'd warm up the planet.
Yes. See, just burn all the zombies. What's she being lazy for? Get on this, will you? There's an apocalypse, and I don't want to live in Mars. At Mars. To Mars. No one cares. No. Fine.
Question 7. You've been given an opportunity to travel to one place, town, building, landmark, country, whatever, in your book. Where do you go?
But the main city in Cheyenne is just, which is where their it's not even really a castle, but where their mansion and everything is. And so there's a lot, it's like a seaport, but it also is situated up against the mountains, and so there's hot springs and caverns back there. And I think that would be beautiful, and there's actually a bridge that goes over the hot springs, and I would hang out there all day. Because it's like mountains, but the bridge has open windows, and basically from the heat from the hot springs, you can go there anytime, and it won't be too cold, even though there's crazy wind from the mountains. So that's like my fantasy place. What do you got?
Well, there's either the main town of Coolersville or the college, which is coming up in the next book. So,
Yeah.
And Coolersville is just like this cute, quaint little town.
Yeah.
And
I would go there on vacation. It sounds really peaceful. I would hang out for sure. It makes me want to drive around Ohio. Like, I love. That's what I like about Coolersville. So. Well, I mean, it just seems like a little town out there. Like, it could be a college town, and then it's not. It could just be old and be a college town, right?
the college was founded. I'm saying the college was founded after World War II. So the original idea was to help returning soldiers get an education and rejoin the workforce. And then it just developed into their kids, and people out. Word spread, and people coming from outside the area. So.
It's a college town now, but it wasn't before. But it was.
I haven't really delved into the town's backstory yet, so something to think about.
It just makes me curious because I feel like if I was going out there to visit, is it the giant ball of yarn? Is it like the bread basket shaped building? You know, is it Touchdown Jesus? Because we have one of those in Ohio. He's smaller now. He got struck by lightning a couple years ago. Right? But there's always something. There's like some roadside attraction that's nearby. Even if it's just, like a small amusement park or something. You know, I feel like there's almost always something. But before the rails, there was Route... probably not before, I'm sorry, but there's Route 66, so there's the old path before all the highways were built, so yeah, you have a lot of options.
You meet your main character and start a conversation. The problem is, you've only got 6 words or less to do so. What do you say?
What are we doing about Ivan? Because he probably just got into trouble. And so I'm assuming we have to go save him from something. He's seriously not like a damsel in distress, I promise. He can fight, but he's kind of an idiot, so he's probably just gotten into some sort of trouble that we need to save him from. So that's the question. We're gonna work together and like kick him out of being in whatever giant fight he started so that we can get into another one tomorrow. I really like shonen manga. Like, what do you want? You know, I like it when there's some action, so... He's just like the actionable guy that doesn't want to sit still, and he's in trouble all the time.
Well, Tara's a bookworm, so I'd probably ask if she's read a trilogy or something like that. Like, what did I have in here? Have you read the Scarlet Trilogy, which is by that Robin Hood retelling that I like so much? So.
Oh yeah.
Number 9. Crazy acid rain is falling from the sky. Which of your characters would you use as an umbrella?
Oh, I love this question. It's horrible. Acid rain. Oh, man. Well, obviously. Right. It's horrible.
I did not write this question.
I'm just trying to think of, like, if I hate anybody that much. I mean, I do, in a degree, but I try to understand where they're coming from. You have to know who they are in the first place. So, like, if you understand why they're doing what they're doing, there's some people in the story that can do horrible things because they've justified it in some way. But honestly, I think Jadwa, the gal that's out now that's being really mean and bullying Annie, I think I would use her because I hate her. Like, a lot. Like, Franklin is the enemy from the first chapter, and he's the big bald guy who, like, just randomly smacks people upside the head or tells them where to go. And his job is to put people in their place for the moment, which actually, he's just there temporarily. So he's annoying, and he could handle the acid rain and survive it, but Jadwa is like, she controls nerve endings and she can cause people to just feel pain, and she likes that, and so I would use her. So she can appreciate her own ability in reverse. She'd love it. She'd probably love it. horrible, but it's true.
I'm gonna have to resort to the one I'm working on, character I'm developing. She's making an appearance in book 2, but she doesn't play a larger role until later on in the series. Her name is Abigail Tillman, and I already don't like her. She's a snotty little rich girl.
Aww.
She's a party girl, but her father is one of those that's like, one of those parents that's like, oh, my daughter would never do anything like that.
So she gets away with everything.
Yes.
Horrible. Yeah.
And so, yeah, so she's grown up with Marissa, and they just are constantly at odds together. And I'm working on a scene in where they meet at college, and she's just like, so what prep school did you get your ass kicked out of now?
Oh my god.
That you're back here.
Oh, it's so horrible.
And then the last question. You're out at a restaurant with your main character, and the time has come to order dessert. What do you order?
I don't think it matters too much, actually. Sure, cake or whatever. Dessert is nice to have, and I think we would both sit there appreciating that we got as far as dessert. And then we were able to eat dessert, and then it was, we would just be thankful. And be like, oh, this is nice. They're like really, really simple. Yeah. If it was one of the other characters, maybe, but Annie would be like, oh, this is lovely, thank you.
I'd get something chocolate.
Heck yes, chocolate. What do they call it? I've heard it called a monk, but it's like this chocolate sleeve, dark chocolate, like goopy middle cake that is absolutely delicious. Almost like a volcano cake, but like covered with chocolate. Not shavings, but almost like they folded the chocolate over the top of it. Yeah, you can get them downtown in Cleveland at the West Side Market, and they're awesome. It'd be like $6 as well. Or like $12. Slightly bigger. It's worth it, and you should get a monk. But I haven't seen them anywhere else, and I don't think they have raspberry filling. I think it's chocolate, but I'd have to check. But yeah, they're just freaking tasty.
Yeah. Or like a molten brownie or something like that.
Yeah. But actually, more than regular desserts, probably smoothies. We'd probably sit there with smoothies. Because they're just like super delicious, and there's another place called Len's that does, you can get like a honey shake, and it's like honey, banana, and you can get it with peanut butter, and it's just this delicious, really tasty, fresh fruits and veggies. Or, yeah.
Nice in the summertime when it's hot. It's been raining, so it's been really sticky.
Yeah. We'll probably get a shake.
Just something refreshing and...
Right, which actually that would be perfect. We'd get shakes because if somebody attacked us, we might need to be mobile, and the shake already comes with a little top and a little straw, and you can run with it. Get out now, okay. That's how our dessert goes. We don't get to finish, we have a sip and we fucking run. Alright, is that all of the questions?
That's all of the questions.
I'm waiting for the 40 others. Let's see, do we each want to come up with our own question then? I would say, here's a question. If you had to make a really big decision in your life, such as, let's say you had to go, let's say you never had a car before and you have to go pick out a new car, like who would you trust?
Grant.
Oh yeah, you take Grant. Absolutely. I'd take Ivan, because he can be the muscle and he can glare at people while I'm negotiating polite. Just stand there glaring and he'll help me get a deal by being there alone. I don't think he knows how to smile. So he's smiling the whole time.
Did you ever see The Princess and the Frog?
Yeah, I love it.
At the end when she's given the two men the money for the restaurant, and the gator's sitting there like, yeah, take it, and they're like, okay.
That's what you need to go with. Oh, I love it. What about the old, if you were stuck in an elevator, who would you be stuck in the elevator with? Or on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean with no power for 3 days. It's been a couple years since that happened. But it happened, right? So who would you be stuck in the middle of the ocean in a cruise ship with?
And probably Gran.
Gran's like your favorite. Aww. I like Gran though, she's a sweetheart. I would hang out with her all day. I would hang out with Shiloh, I think, if I were stuck anywhere. She's just good company. Like I said, she's peaceful. You can, you can kind of hang out or whatever, and I think it would be kind of a stressful situation, but there's nothing you can do about that. If it's something that broke down, if it's a ship in the middle of the water, I'm not an engineer that can fix that. You know, I'm not a seafarer, so I'm not familiar. I can't really do anything about that. So you would just need a good companion, I think, at that point. Is that all the questions?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you for watching. Right.
I will link the website to her comic, Scholar, in the description. I also have the links to my Etsy shop and Amazon to get my book.
You can get signed copies. Nerd Writer Girl 1984. Took me 10 minutes to get that far. And I'm Frogsnack. And yeah, we should share links and all of that fun jazz. And are you going to post all the questions then?
Probably.
Yeah. I gotta find it. I don't. Is there like a survey site you go to, or do you just find these on writer sites?
I was just watching. Like I said, I was watching Jenna Moresti's, and she did it, and so
nice. All right. So if you do this, also tag one or both of or all of us, and so we can share and watch your videos too, or watch what you did. So yeah, shout out to whoever you are. So comment. Let us know if you like the video.
Yep. And we'll have another video up soon, and hopefully it won't be more than a year again before we do another collaboration like this.
I'm aiming for 9 months. That's my goal. It's better than 15. That's not bad. We can do that.
Was that wrong?
Is it still recording? It is!
Now we have an hour.
Whoa, last time.
It shut off at an hour. Alright. Bye! Question 2. Your protagonist and antagonist have been paired up by friends.
It's a car or a freaking plane.
It was a truck. Rude.
My cat's paying attention at 6 stories. It's too... Anyway. Moving on. I'm Frogsnack. This is Carrie Chan. Starkey. Writer. Goddess. 1899. What was it? So many names. Carrie Starkey. Wait, what is it? That's not what that is.
Did you say Snarky Starkey? That's my
no.
sister.
I know. I just like how those words sound together.